Welcome to the Hyperdash podcast, where two friends talk about video games and hang out. Unfortunately, this week my co-host was not able to make it, so I'll try to make it worth your while, but this week we're talking about Minecraft speedrunning at the prom dinner table. Hey, it's me from the future. So last week we promised that right after ranking all the non-chocolate candies in the tier list, we'd rank the chocolate candies in the tier list, but I didn't want to do that without my co-host, so we're going to delay that to next week. Or like at the soonest opportunity. So hope you enjoy this story that I have for you this week. But before we do that, we usually go over what games we've been playing this week. So as for me, I've been playing a little bit of the Overwatch 2 Volume 3 anniversary event. We're in week 2 with the repeated Symmetra skin, so loving that new content from Blizzard. We keep on making these jokes every single week because we're just really waiting for Overwatch 2 early access on October 4th. We've all set our calendars already. But actually, yeah, no, I grinded the Volume 3. I grinded for that Symmetra skin a lot today. Like, just way too much Overwatch. I don't know, lots of quick play, lots of brain cell loss. You know how it is. And then actually this week I had my sights on this game called Towerfall. It's made by the same people who made Celeste. And by the way, Celeste is an amazing video game. But it was like $4 for Towerfall and the DLC on Steam because it was on sale. So I bought it. And then I realized that it's kind of meant to be played by controller. Like, I knew that it was meant to be played by controller, but I thought it was more of a choice and not a requirement. But hey, you know, I can just first of all, it's $4. It's not terrible. And you know, I can just wait until college and see if they have controllers and just play that with my friends. I should have prefaced this by saying that Towerfall is like a, you know, kind of a 4-player free-for-all party game type deal, but you know, whatever. It's also like super underrated apparently because like, I don't know, it was like 10 out of 10. Like a bunch of people are rating it like 10 out of 10 and stuff, and not lots of people are downloading it, so definitely people are sleeping on this game. But you know, check it out, I guess, listeners. But quick little, you know, tidbits from my week, because why not? I thought that they were interesting. I had to fix my laptop. Well, not fix it, but I had to replace the battery because, oh boy, it swelled. And like, I don't know, laptop batteries just like do this over time, but like it was getting to the point where my touchpad was malfunctioning because the battery under it had swelled so much that it was blocking me from like left clicking on the touchpad. It would get stuck. And as soon as I cracked the back off of the laptop, I was like, oh yeah, that's a problem. And yeah, got the new battery in okay. Actually, no, it wasn't that okay. There's some tea here. First of all, I cracked, like, it was a tiny crack. It's like a 3/4 of a centimeter, like 7.5 millimeters long crack on the back of my laptop because it's made out of plastic. Well, you know, I could say that it's because, you know, they want to cut corners, but it's probably to make it lighter. Anyways, you know, 7.5 millimeter crack that I will literally never be able to fix. And then also, I was screwing in the new battery when I dropped it on the motherboard. Or wait, was it the motherboard? I think it was the motherboard. I don't know. Motherboard shapes in laptops are absolutely wild, by the way. Like, the ways that these people try to miniaturize, like, the whole system is absolutely amazing. But I dropped a screw onto the motherboard, and I saw sparks. Yeah. So made me kind of worried. I was like, oh crap. And then, well, the laptop turned on, and you know, the most important things worked. Like, I could still play Overwatch. I mean, I could still do my college essays, but you know, I mean, there it is. The battery had omega swelled up, so had to fix that. And then also, oh crap, what day is it? It was like a Monday. It was last Monday. I had a senior retreat, because like, I'm a senior now. I get like privileges, you know. I have like a retreat, and like, you know, at least half of it was like them talking to us about like, we're the leaders now. With great responsibility comes with great power. Jeez, I fumbled that line. There's lots of that going on, but also there's like fun times. I don't know how to describe it. It was like at a camp, like they had a lake with water slides and like a zip line where it's not like a zip line, it's just like you hold on and then you drop yourself into the water at the end. So I was like, I'm gonna like dislocate my shoulder doing this. Ended up being fine, but I just like went down the water slide a bunch of times. And then yeah, like all through that though, I left my towel exposed and someone just yoinked it. So now I'm down a towel. So that's not fun. Like I don't know. Even if I put my name on it, it's just like my backpack could not have physically fit the towel inside. Otherwise, I would have zipped it closed because like there's a bunch of towels. They all look the same anyways. But yeah, mine got omega yoinked. Like, you know, there's 154 other people there, and you know, I'm just not getting that back. So yeah, down a towel, not fun. And then a couple of my friends and I went to Bojangles afterward. Now, first of all, Bojangles, just like let's just get this out of the way. Bojangles is like a terrible place to eat. Like, it tastes freaking okay. The only thing good there are the biscuits. Okay, hot take. The only thing good there are the biscuits. Everything else is just like unhealthy to the point where it makes me nauseous. Like, it really does. The process of eating it itself. Okay, here's the thing. I got a salad. Okay, I got a salad because I'm trying to pack on some muscle here, and I just don't want all that trans fat. I mean, I'm pretty sure you aren't legally allowed to like put trans fat in stuff in the US, but like I just don't want like all that saturated fat, fried food, so much salt. By the way, I feel like my blood pressure, I could feel my blood pressure going up as I ate the biscuit. But that stuff is so unhealthy. Listen, I got the Bojangles salad with like fried chicken in it, and it still made me nauseous on the way home. It like the food there is so salty. Anyways, my friend goes up and he's about to order his food, and he says he wants a 12-piece. I forgot exactly what he said. He's like, I want a 12-piece like nuggets or something. First of all, I'm pretty sure they don't sell like chicken nuggets at Bojangles. It's more like chicken strips. I don't know. I'm not eating there ever again. But he said he'd like a 12-piece. And what he ended up getting was $22 worth of Bojangles. It was a family-sized meal meant to feed 3 to 5 people. And oh boy. Oh yeah. He didn't finish that meal, but he ate like half of it, which is pretty darn insane. And my salad didn't come with a biscuit, so he gave me a biscuit, and I got a taste of a biscuit, and I'm like, damn, these are so good. And then I'm like, how are they so good? And they're like, it's all the salt. And then that's when I'm like, oh my god, I am treating my body so badly right now. But whatever, I'll just burn the calories away later. And hopefully I did. I don't know what the deal is with trans fat. I think it's just like hard to get out of your body, and I hope that Bojangles doesn't have trans fat, but whatever, you know? So we finish eating Bojangles, and we go on a walk. So 2 of the people dipped. It's just 3 people now. We go on a walk. And earlier, like an hour and a half earlier, before we went on a walk, I was like, there's a severe thunderstorm threat. I'm like, we don't get really like severe thunderstorms. We get thunderstorms, right? But I'm like, okay, it's going to rain hard later, pretty much. I feel like, severe thunderstorm is going to be a little bit of an exaggeration. We'll see about that. So we start walking, and there's like a location that we're trying to push the payload to checkpoint C here. Checkpoint C is like 2 kilometers away. By the way, I like the metric system. So yeah, there it is. It's about 2 kilometers away, which is 1 mile for you uncultured people. Approximately, it's like 2.6 miles. Anyways, I digress. It's about 2 kilometers away, and we start feeling drizzling once we get there. Like, we chill there, we're being chilling there, we're talking, we're sitting on some rocks, we're being chilling, and then we feel some drizzling. Oh crap, because 5 minutes later it's raining, and 5 minutes after that it's legitimately pouring. It's like it's soaked through all layers of clothes. That kind of rain. We're caught out of position. We're getting flanked by the rain. Well, not really. We're just, justice is really raining down from above right now. And we're like, I don't know. Before it starts pouring, we're like 1.5 kilometers out. And by the time we're back, we're completely soaked. My 2 other friends, they took their shirts off. It's one of those moments where it's like you feel better just having it's like a shower moment. Obviously you can't take your pants off. You can take your shirt off and run shirtless in the rain. I'm sure the people going by us in the cars are like bozos. They got caught in the rain. And I was just, I kept my shirt on, but the whole time I'd been, like, the entire walk, I brought my backpack along, and this thing was like, okay, I'm gonna use pounds here, okay? I'm not gonna use kilograms. It was like, I don't know, okay, it was like 15 to 20 pounds, I want to say. And, oh boy, because, first of all, I don't do cardio. Second of all, I especially don't do cardio with weight on my back. But I brought the backpack along because A, I didn't want it to get stolen from a car, although maybe I'm being a little too, cautious, overcautious. But I brought it along because it had water, and I ran out of water, so, like, what even was the point? Although I definitely didn't want to be dehydrated. And so it's like 15 to 20 pounds, and we start, like, jogging, okay? It is not a good time. I'm having to, like, slow down a lot because I don't do cardio. Like, one of the kids in this group here is a track kid, and I'm just, like, huffing and puffing. I told them, I feel like I'm in the army right now. I'm in Navy SEAL training, like, going through the frickin' obstacle course in the mud with, 20 pounds on my back. I don't know. Okay, obviously, it's not actual army training. I highly respect what they do because it's actually much more difficult, but I'm just saying I don't do cardio, so it's like, it's not a good time for me. But, yeah. Anyways, and then that was the end of that. We got a little shelter in the car, and we still had our towels from the whole senior retreat, so we just dried off with those, and it was just overall a wet day, but you just get in the shower, and it resets how you feel. Very tiring day, though. I went, like, right to bed. But that was Monday. Thursday, boom, we're in school. It was kind of crazy, the turnaround time, and so far, I think this year is going to be pretty darn good. I feel like I'm already handling it a lot better than last year, but, like, you don't want to hear how I'm doing in school. You want to hear, like, interesting stories. And by you, I mean the listener. Actually, by you, who else would I be talking to? Anyways, whatever. So, socially, which is something that I'm always concerned about because I want to get out there. Does that make sense? Is that how you say it? Whatever. I want to be more social. It's going, like, okay, I haven't talked to girls. Maybe I shouldn't focus too much on that, but it is something that I want to focus on. What am I saying? Jeez. Yeah. Anyways, so my school is on, like, an 8-period. Wait, is it 8 or 7? No, it's 8. I'm being dumb. It's on an 8-period system. Each period is 45 minutes, and I have third period free, which I'm like, no, man, no one else has my free period, so I can't just be, like, being chilling here with, like, my friends. But I have third period free, and a couple of other people have it free too. But it's people that I don't really know well, except actually there's like I don't know. There's one guy from my Latin class, one guy that I bump into after school at my school's strength center sometimes, and then a couple of girls. Sometimes I see them at the strength center too. And I don't know. It's like it's a motley crew. Let me tell you, it is a motley crew. But am I using that term wrong? Whatever. I make jokes about Motley Crue, and hopefully I don't get canceled in the future. If Post Malone gets canceled, and then I also get canceled just because I said Motley Crue. Wouldn't that be a funny prediction to come true, huh? Anyways, and so this guy that I see in the strength center all the time, he puts on Cars, like the movie. He airplays it onto a projector, and I'm like, this is the life, man. Anyways, yeah. Also, funny story, I don't think I've ever seen Cars before, or at least I was too young, because I don't remember a single thing. It was all new to me. And also, like, day 2 of watching this, I see my friend pull out homework with Cars on, and he starts doing it. I'm like, how do you do homework with a movie on? Like, if I'm doing homework, I'm doing homework, and if I'm watching a movie, then I'm watching a movie. But like, I don't understand. Like I can tune out like mild background noise, right? But like, I don't feel like I could tune out a movie. Like, if there's a movie on, and like it's a good movie like Cars, and there's homework in front of me, I'm just gonna watch the movie, because like, I guess I can wait. Like, there's no way that I get anything done. I don't know. That's just me. I feel like I just can't tune that out. Unfortunately, I have a meeting with a teacher on Monday, so I can't, watch that part of Cars, but whatever. Funny story, kind of like what was the Latin term? Non sequitur? Yeah. Kind of like a non sequitur, but in Latin 5, we are reading Medea by Euripides. It's a Latin play, and I was just bamboozled. What's a better term? I was flabbergasted by like this first line in the book. Or it's not the first line. It's like when you open the title page and you flip a couple of pages, and it's like that little quote at the beginning, like before there's any of the story happening. There's a little quote, right? I don't know what that's called. It's like a little snippet. I don't know what it's called. But I'm gonna read it, and I just felt like I was like, what the crap? This is gonna be tea time, this story. Anyways, here we go. Your name means healer, she said. Well, heal this, drawing back the red sheet and showing me our 2 dead sons full of wounds. Oh my god. Like, I learned so much from that first line. I'm like this woman is harboring like very heavy emotions, and she killed her husband's 2 sons, or she killed their 2 sons, and it was like, oh my god. I was like, holy crap, we're jumping straight in. So I don't know, that was just like an interesting little non sequitur, a little line from a Latin book that I found interesting. And then also, I've just been talking about my week for like the past 20 minutes, but hey, it's all fun. Anyways, I found a new band called Polyphia. People hate it when I say Polyphia. I found a new band called Polyphia, and oh my god, they are so good. Like, I swear, when I first started listening to them, first of all, they're like a melodic metal band with no lead vocalist. So they don't have lyrics, they don't have words in their songs. It's just metal that's melodic, if that makes any sense. And oh my god, I didn't hear any lyrics for the first 48 hours after I discovered Polyphia, because I'm like, this is it. This is the peak of human capability. Like, if I'm gonna give a recommendation on a song to listen to, it's gonna be Goat, in their album New Levels, New Devils. Is that what it's called? Whatever. Goat. And it's just, first of all, the skill on the guitarist is unmatched, literally unmatched. I've heard nothing like it. The drummer too has such complex rhythms. The entire song is so precise. And it's just, I don't know, it's on repeat in my head forever, and I feel like literally nothing tops this. I feel like I've reached the peak of music. Of course, there will probably be stuff that's better, but I'm just like, this is no lyrics, pure musical, just like messing around with music, pushing it to its limits, and just having an absolute blast, and just, like, I don't know. Polyphia, Goat by Polyphia. Go and check it out if you have the time. Anyways, I'm going to end my endless ramble about how my week was, and let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's podcast. Minecraft speedrunning at the prom dinner table. I couldn't come up with a better name for this because it sounds like I'm speedrunning Minecraft, like literally at the prom dinner table, but it was more like I was talking about Minecraft speedrunning at the dinner table. Anyways, prom. It's a thing in high school. It's a dance, okay? And there's like a whole culture surrounding it. So, if you don't want to go alone, you ask a girl to prom. Sometimes there's like cheesy posters you make, or well, they're not cheesy, they're endearing. And so you'll ask a girl out, and it's a dance, but before it, you usually grab dinner with your date. Boyfriends will ask girlfriends, but if you are not romantically involved, what the crap? That was a weird way of saying it. If you don't have a girlfriend or boyfriend, then you just like ask out someone you have your eyes on, and then just hope to God that you can light a little fire of passion between the two of you. But anyways, the guy has to rent a tux, his date has to rent a dress, and then they on the big day they prepare. Apparently girls take like the entire 48 hours up until the dance to prepare, which is absolutely insane for me because my prom night I took a good 45 minutes. Although I was pressed for time, like I was literally running around the house, but that's a story for another time. Anyways, so I go to her house and she has to drive me because, like a absolute bozo, I don't have my license yet. And like it's fine. And so we get to the dinner place, and it's like a nice place. I get like a filet mignon burger. My date also gets a filet mignon burger. Well, no, my date got the filet mignon burger, and then I got the filet mignon burger because I was like, I don't know what to get. I haven't been here before. So that's all fine and dandy. And we're okay. Jeez, I'm terrible at telling stories. We're on a double date. Because it would be awkward if we're at the, like, I could not hold a conversation like that for 45 minutes while eating. Or even like up to an hour. I don't know. One-on-one is just like, I totally understand why that wouldn't work out. Plus, you know what? No, I'm not going to go into that. So we're on a double date, and dinner's going on. Conversation's like, conversation's okay. And over time, I'm like, I am not doing well. I'm like, oh crap, this is not going well. Because, the other guy had more chemistry with my date than I did, because they were talking about like engineering stuff. They were both very interested in engineering. I'm like interested in computer science, which is like, I don't know, pretty closely tied to engineering, but it's not engineering, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I can't follow this conversation because I literally lack the experience of, you know, doing the engineering things, like, you know, 3D printing, laser cutting, operating a CNC machine, all that jazz, you know, building a project, stuff like that. I'd love to get into it though. College me is gonna be a giga chad. Anyways, conversation moves over to video games, and like listen, I'm into video games. We all know that. You're listening to a podcast that is like categorized as talking about video games. And so I'm like, yes, perfect. We're talking about video games. And they're like, they're talking about Roblox, and they're like, oh my god, I played that while I was young. I didn't really play that while I was young, but I was like, I'm listening to the conversation. I'm like, okay, cool. And then they say, they're talking about Minecraft. I'm like, sick. Let's go, dude. They're talking about Minecraft. Oh boy. So, I don't think I understand how other people play video games, like non-gamers, how they play video games. Because these are people who are like, I haven't beaten the Ender Dragon yet. And like, what, I didn't know that. Because I was like, oh, well, I've actually beaten the Ender Dragon in under 40 minutes, which is true. If you go down to my YouTube channel, shameless self-promotion, go down to my YouTube channel, I did in fact get an RSG sub 40. Not terribly proud of it, but, I don't really have the time to get into Minecraft speedrunning, but it is pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, that true story, it did happen, and I also did, in fact, listen, I don't know what I'm on, right? It's a new level of bad at conversation, or it's a new level of being bad at conversation to bring up Minecraft speedrunning at the prom dinner table, is all I'm gonna say. Anyways, so I'm like, yeah, I've actually beaten the Ender Dragon in under 40 minutes. And they're just like dumbfounded. Not like because they're impressed, but because they're like what? they're just so surprised that I've taken the conversation in this direction. And like, oh, I've never beaten the Ender Dragon before. And then they just buzz right through, and it's essentially a topic change. Anyways, yeah. So that is the story about how I brought up Minecraft speedrunning at the prom dinner table. And yeah, nothing massive happened the rest of the night. It was just a pretty average prom. Nothing like amazing happened. And also for privacy's sake, for everyone involved, I don't want to go into more detail, but yeah. You know what? I only remember it because it was embarrassing to me, but I bet like no one cares. No one even remembers that I got a sub 40. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, why did I bring that up? Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed that funny little story that I had. I'm going to quickly shout out my socials. My YouTube and Twitch are down in the description of the podcast. And we'll see you all next week when hopefully I'll have my co-host join me to rank our favorite chocolate candies on a tier list. 07 and don't read the links, dude.